Tonight on 10 at 10, an AISD administrator admits to engaging in unethical behavior. What a student alleges the pair did in the dean's office.
Plus, police have made 2 arrests in connection with a disturbance call near Abilene High School, where officers caught up with the suspects.
And parents who want their children to get a head start in Abilene may have some obstacles to face. What changes are underway thanks to a lack of government funding? Abilene's local news starts now.
From Abilene's first television station, your news in your community. This is KRBC, Abilene's local news at 10.
Good evening, I'm Randy Turner.
And I'm Dane Murray. Thanks for joining us for KRBC's 10 at 10, where you get your top stories and tomorrow's forecast all in the first 10 minutes.
And our top story tonight, according to a police report, Michael Trook, who is an employee for AISD, allegedly engaged in sexual contact and sexual intercourse with a student. The report says that the student admitted to having sexual intercourse and performing oral sex on Trook. The acts allegedly occurred in Trook's office earlier in December. AISD Superintendent Dr. Heath Burns released this statement saying, quote, "Shortly before noon today, December 17th, Michael Trook, a Holland Medical High School administrator, came to Abilene ISD Central Office administrators to regretfully self-report that he had engaged in inappropriate, unprofessional, and unethical behavior. About midday, he unequivocally resigned his position, and he is and will be no longer employed by AISD. To read the full statement, you can visit our website, bigcountryhomepage.com.
Police have made two arrests for a shooting incident in North Abilene earlier today. 27-year-old Mary Lisa Vord, pictured above, and 18-year-old Lawan Mays, not pictured, were both arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Abilene police were called out to a disturbance on the 700 block of North Mockingbird near Abilene High School just before noon today. When police arrived, they contacted witnesses who said the people involved in the disturbance had fled the scene. The investigation led police to a house on the 1700 block of North Mockingbird. An officer stopped the vehicle a few blocks away, and upon questioning the occupants, police learned that the vehicle and the occupants were involved in the original disturbance near Abilene High. The vehicle showed evidence that it was struck by a bullet. No parties were injured as a result of the shooting, and the investigation is still ongoing.
A few minor showers have developed tonight just a little bit east of the Big Country. 3D live radar showing very minor showers between Stephenville and Hillsboro and a few southeast of Brownwood, very weak and short-lived. Now expanding the view to include our satellite data, the thicker clouds moving east, partial clearing to the west, but we do expect cloudy skies to be the rule tonight over most of the Big Country. Currently here in Abilene, the temperature right now under cloudy skies, 49 degrees at the Abilene Regional Airport. We have a southeast wind at 10 miles per hour and the humidity at 83%. Possible for a little fog to begin developing just a little bit later on tonight. As we check out the school day forecast for tomorrow, reminder to be nice to your teachers, kids. After all, it is Christmas. Tomorrow morning near 44 degrees, mostly cloudy skies and a bit chilly. A better chance for rain starts tomorrow night. I'll have details just ahead.
A judge shut down a criminal's plea for a bond reduction today. 19-year-old Joseph Anthony Carrillo was arrested in November on charges of deadly conduct in connection to the hit-and-run murder on Halloween night, which resulted in the death of Jesse Cortinez. Today, Carrillo asked a state district judge to reduce his $100,000 bond. After the judge heard from the lead detective on the case, he denied the reduction.
AISD Early Head Start says they have an exciting project development coming in to make their Early Head Start students increase their level of education.
This is to bring all of their resources to 2 central locations. Our Jacob Radford has more on the future of the hundreds of students and the importance of these programs.
Head Start programs for kids 3 and 4, some even younger than that, are popular at AISD, with a total enrollment at 844 and another 158 on the waiting list.
We cannot wait for 16-17.
Director of Early Childhood Programs at AISD, Jenny Putnam, says that because now all Early Head Start students will have 2 main locations. Children from just a few months old to 3 will go to Crockett Elementary, closing down Woodson Elementary. Children from 3 to 4 will go to Jane Long Elementary, closing closing down Locust and taking the Head Start students out of Reagan along from other daycare sites, putting all teachers and their resources to 2 central locations.
We all have the same goal as to how to get this child to learn. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? It's wonderful to be with so many teachers. I'm very excited about that.
While also saying traffic issues shouldn't be a problem.
You can get anywhere you want to go in Abilene in 15 minutes in rush hour.
Beverly Self is a teacher at Woodson Early Head Start. She says these programs are not just glorified babysitting, that these kids are there to learn.
Kindergarten teachers saying, I want these kids in my class, because they're already some of my students were already reading when they left me.
She went on to say that one of her students she called Henry even made the decision to not follow his family's footsteps of going to jail when she asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up.
And he looked at me very sad and he said, Miss Self, I'm going to have to go to jail for a while. This is a 4-year-old. His father is incarcerated. Much of his family had been incarcerated, were out or going back in. And I said, hey, Henry, I got some good news for you. You don't have to go to jail. You get to decide what you're going to be. You get to decide. You get to make the choice. And he sat there and he looked at me and he started smiling. He goes, okay, I think I want to be a doctor. And I said, you go, Dr. Henry. Wait!
Both women say that these programs are important, and having all of their resources put into 2 buildings will increase their children's level of education.
It's really exciting and emotional when they do come back and say thank you. And say, I'm okay, I'm doing good. So.
And they remember you.
And they remember me.
The reason for the 2 separate buildings is because students from birth to 3 will be under state regulations. Students from the ages of 3 to 4 are under federal regulations.
Well, Santa and Mrs. Claus needed help making their lists and checking them twice this year, so they decided to make a personal appearance at local schools to determine who's been naughty and who's been nice. The couple visited Big Country students via Skype. Merkel Elementary first graders sat down with them for story time. Afterwards, the kids told Santa what they wanted for Christmas, and everyone joined together for carols. Santa has been pretty busy these past few days, and he's already Skyped with 14 Big Country classrooms, and he plans to reach his goal of 1,500 students by the end of the day tomorrow. Local teachers are using this FaceTime with Santa as a fun interactive learning experience for their students.
We show them pictures of the reindeer. We have them read their letters. They have sent letters into Santa Claus. We brag upon their writing. We try to incorporate a language arts feature to it and encourage them to write and write well, and we brag on them on their writing and their spelling and their artwork.
This is the 10th year Santa's reached out to students via Skype, and they love it, so he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon.
Residents in Winters have a brand new store to do their shopping. There was a big turnout for the grand opening of the new Walmart Express store in Winters. People gathered outside the store before dawn this morning for the ribbon cutting ceremony and to check out the merchandise in the new store. Store manager said people migrated towards the eggs. Locals excited to have another place to do their shopping.
We have to travel to Ballinger to get prescriptions, so we're all excited, having this in town.
Walmart is opening other small stores in other communities across the Big Country as the retail chain works to expand their reach and their profit margins.
Christmas carolers can be found singing Yuletide melodies in droves this time of year, but students from a local high school came to Abilene today to show instruments are the best way to keep the Christmas spirit near. Band members from Jim Ned High School in Tuscola marched down the streets of the Key City, stopping at local hotspots like elementary schools and grocery stores to perform short Christmas pop concerts. New arrangements of holiday classics and favorites that have been tradition for years filled bystanders with warm Christmas memories, and students bringing the good tidings to town were touched by the warm holiday spirit themselves.
It makes me overjoyed. I just can't stop smiling no matter where we go. Seeing everyone so excited and hearing our band play, it's really an amazing thing that we get to be able to do.
The band director says the Key City community graciously welcomed his students and were genuinely appreciative of their talent and efforts to spread music and joy. He plans to repeat the event next year.
Now, your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Randy Turner.
All right, welcome into your Wednesday night weather. Let's get started with a look at some housekeeping items today. Your weather almanac for this 17th day of December. Abilene's official high was 51 degrees this afternoon. A record high on this date of 78. We have to go back to the year 1962 to see that. We had a low this morning of 46, coldest it's ever been on this date. 16, the year 1887. No rain measured today in Abilene, the most rain we've ever had on today's date. 92 hundredths in the year 1898. Quick look now at your allergy report. Yep, we had some issues that are very familiar to us this time of year. Tree pollen in the medium category, predominantly cedar. All right, here's a look at the visibility. We're starting to see some fog develop in the area. Sweetwater visibility down to 4 miles. Abilene, well, we're still okay so far at 10, but look over in Breckenridge, 7-mile visibility, 4 in Coleman, 5 in Brownwood, just 1.7-mile visibility there in Comanche. We have some clouds and rain off to the east of our area, but we also have clouds over the majority of the big country, a little bit of clear sky just off to the west of the area, so we can see it better here on our expanded view. All the heavy rain, it's up in Arkansas tonight, even some snow flying back through portions of Kansas. But of course, we're looking out to the west for this next storm system, and you'll see the progress that it's expected to make here in just a minute, but already bringing even more rain to California. So some good news there, definitely getting it in those drought-prone areas. All right, here's the forecast model now, and we'll put it into motion and track this low-pressure system for you. And we'll stop it here at about 8:30 tomorrow morning. There it's roughly moving into Arizona at that time. And then here we come with 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Rain starting to break out just a little bit west of El Paso. And then it moves in by 8 o'clock tomorrow night into the far western portion of the state. By midnight tomorrow night, rain's getting closer. And then indeed, right here in the big country, this looks promising at 7 o'clock. Friday morning. Hopefully on Friday morning we'll wake up to some rain across much of the area, and you'll see that that rain continues moving to the east by late Friday morning. Look at all the rain down here in southeast Texas as well. Okay, then the big question is, how much rain can we expect? I'll step out of the way and let you look. Our in-house computer model guesstimating anywhere from a half-inch or less in the northern big country and a half-inch or a little bit more in the southern big country. So it won't be a huge rain event, but at least more than we've had lately, hopefully. 44 degrees tonight. Areas of fog developing, some low visibility. Use those low beam headlights. May have that to encounter in the morning as well. 66 your high tomorrow. Warmer temps, just a really nice day overall. And here's your forecast for the next 7 days for the KRBC viewing area. Chance for rain on Friday up now to 40%, and a warm day tomorrow followed by near normal temperatures for mid-December through the weekend. No rain expected this weekend. And for those of you traveling in Texas for the Christmas holidays, maybe this weekend or early next week, conditions looking pretty good right now. No rain expected here in the first 3 days of next week.
Coming up next on 10 at 10, family and friends aren't the only ones giving out cash as presents for the holidays. Why one police officer says a reward is key to safe driving during the holidays.
And humble men don't ask for much, even if they're in need. How dads from the Dallas community banded together to bring a local man something to make his life as easy as he makes theirs.
You're watching KRBC, Abilene's local news, with Dane Moray and Chief Meteorologist Randy Turner.